prepared to stare, unveiling the shadows of fear on Fear Files.
Moving into a new home is supposed to be an exciting experience, a fresh start in a place where memories are waiting to be made. But for my family, the excitement quickly turned to dread as we realized that the previous occupants hadn't left, not entirely at least. At first, it was subtle, a whisper in the dark, a creak in the floorboards, as if the house itself was trying to tell us something. I tried to dismiss it as my imagination running wild, the product of an overactive mind in a new and unfamiliar environment. But as the days turned into weeks, the signs became harder to ignore, their presence a constant reminder of the darkness that lurked just beyond the edges of our perception. It started with the noises, a soft scratching at the walls, a faint tapping on the windows, as if someone or something was trying to get our attention. We searched the house from top to bottom, but there was no one there, no logical explanation for the strange sounds that seemed to echo through the empty halls like a haunting refrain from a forgotten melody. And then, just when we thought things couldn't get any worse, the shadows started to move. At first, it was just a trick of the light, a shadow cast by the flickering flames of the fireplace or the branches swaying in the wind outside. But as time went on, the shadows took on a life of their own, twisting and contorting into grotesque shapes that sent shivers racing down our spines like icy tendrils creeping ever closer with each passing moment. We tried to leave, to escape the darkness that threatened to consume us whole, but the house had other plans. Doors slammed shut behind us, windows refused to budge, trapping us inside with the unseen forces that lurked in the darkness. It was as if the house itself was alive, a malevolent presence that fed on our fear and desperation like a predator stalking its prey. And then, just when we thought all hope was lost, we discovered the truth. The previous occupants hadn't left. They were still here, trapped in the shadows, their spirits bound to the house by some unseen force that defied explanation. They reached out to us, their presence a chilling reminder of the horrors that awaited us in the depths of the darkness. We tried to fight back, to banish the spirits that haunted our new home, but it was no use. They were stronger than we could ever have imagined, their grip on the house tightening with each passing moment until there was no escape from the horrors that lay within its walls. For in the end, the darkness always wins, swallowing everything in its path until there is nothing left but the echoes of our own screams echoing through the empty halls, a haunting reminder of the fragility of our own mortality in a world consumed by fear and madness. It was supposed to be a simple road trip, a chance for our family to bond and explore new places together. But as we veered off the main highway and onto a seemingly innocuous shortcut, we had no idea that we were about to embark on a journey into the unknown, a journey that would change our lives forever. The road stretched out before us like a ribbon of asphalt, winding its way through the dense forest like a serpent slithering through the underbrush. The trees loomed over us like silent sentinels, their branches reaching out like gnarled fingers grasping at the sky as we ventured further into the heart of the unknown. At first, everything seemed normal. A quaint farmhouse here, a rustic barn there, as if we had stumbled upon some forgotten corner of the world frozen in time. But as the miles ticked by and the sun dipped below the horizon, we began to realize that something was terribly wrong. The town we were driving through didn't exist, not on any map at least. There were no signs marking its entrance, no welcome banners hanging from lampposts. It was as if the town had materialized out of thin air, a mirage shimmering in the distance like a trick of the light. We tried to turn back, to retrace our steps, and find our way back to the safety of the main highway. But no matter how hard we tried, the road seemed to stretch on endlessly before us, twisting and turning like a labyrinth with no exit in sight. And then, just when we thought things couldn't get any worse, we saw them. Figures lurking in the shadows, their eyes glowing like embers in the darkness as they watched us from the safety of the trees. We tried to ignore them, to convince ourselves that they were just figments of our imagination. But deep down, we knew the truth. The town was alive with something sinister, something that lurked just beyond the edges of our perception, waiting to drag us down into the depths of its darkness. We could feel its presence growing stronger with each passing moment, its malevolent energy suffusing the air like a noxious fog that threatened to choke the life out of us. We had no choice but to press on, to navigate the treacherous streets of the town and find a way out before it was too late. But as we ventured deeper into the heart of the unknown, we realized that there was no escape from the horrors that awaited us in the shadows. For in the end, the lost town would claim us as its own, swallowing us whole in its suffocating embrace until there was nothing left but the echoes of our own screams echoing through the empty streets, a chilling reminder of the fragility of our own mortality in a world consumed by fear and madness.
It started innocently enough with a simple ping from my phone, a text message from an unknown number. Its contents sending chills racing down my spine like icy tendrils creeping ever closer with each passing moment. "I'm still here, Sarah," the message read. "I never left." My heart skipped a beat as I read the words, my mind reeling with disbelief. It couldn't be him, I told myself. It had to be some sick prank, a cruel joke at my expense. But deep down, I knew the truth. It was my dead husband reaching out to me from beyond the grave. I tried to ignore the messages, to convince myself that it was all in my head. But as the days turned into weeks, the messages became more insistent, their tone growing more urgent with each passing moment. "Save her, Sarah," they whispered. "Save our daughter before it's too late." I tried to rationalize it away, to find a logical explanation for the messages that seemed to haunt my every waking moment. But deep down, I knew that there was something more at play, something sinister lurking just beneath the surface of my reality. I began to receive images, grainy photos taken from hidden cameras, showing my daughter in moments of unsuspecting vulnerability. It was as if someone or something was watching her, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. I tried to protect her, to keep her safe from whatever unseen threat lurked in the shadows. But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched, that every move I made was being scrutinized by unseen eyes. And then, just when I thought things couldn't get any worse, I received a final message, a chilling ultimatum that sent shivers racing down my spine like icy tendrils creeping ever closer with each passing moment. "Come alone, Sarah," it read, "or else." I knew that I had no choice but to confront whatever dark force was threatening my family, to face the horrors that awaited me in the depths of the unknown. And as I stepped out into the darkness, my heart pounding in my chest and my mind racing with fear, I knew that there would be no turning back. For in the end, the echoes of the past will always find a way to catch up with us, their whispers echoing through the darkness like a haunting refrain from a forgotten melody. And as I stood there, alone and afraid, I knew that I would do whatever it took to protect my daughter from a fate worse than death, even if it meant sacrificing everything I held dear in the process.
Thank you for braving the unknown with us. Until next time, stay haunted.